This is Crypto Core Radio, discussing the ideas, people, and projects building the new digital economy. Get the latest on blockchain technology and cryptocurrency updates with your host, Lutz.
All right, and it is 2 o'clock. Welcome, everybody. This is Lutz coming to you live from New York City. Today we have a very cool show, something that interests me. I like video games. Yes, I do. I'm a big kid. And we have Tony Pierce on with us. Welcome, Tony.
Hey, how you doing?
Ah, nice accent, man. Where are you from?
I'm from not very sunny London right now.
Oh, man, if you come over here with that accent, you'd get so many chicks.
I'll get the flight tomorrow.
I'll be your wingman.
Okay.
So today, Tony, you have an ICO coming out on an app, right? For it's kind of like the Pokemon, right? The way it looked in the video.
Yeah, so we have a very exciting project that we've been working on for about a year in stealth mode, and really only announced it about 3 weeks ago when we announced that we were going to start doing an ICO. The game itself is an augmented reality mobile combat game. It's called RealityClash. Best way to describe it is think Pokemon Go with guns. It's hugely fun and really is the next step into augmented reality and combat gaming.
Oh, very, very cool. And what made you think of putting this game on the blockchain, and how does that work?
Well, actually, it's a long but interesting story. I'll make it brief. As I say, we've been working on this game for well over a year now, and the game itself uses virtual currency. And the currency we already had was RealityClash coins, and those coins, when the game is actually released, will be available on the App Store, so the iPhone App Store and the Google Plus App Store. And when you go onto that, the App Stores, you buy the coins for $1 each, and then you take those coins and you come into our game, and you go into our Armory, our online store, and you buy virtual weapons. And those weapons are priced anywhere from one RealityClash coin upwards. And those weapons you can then take and use into the game. So we'd already had this virtual currency in place, and we're continuing to go down that route. And in fact, we had some investment from a few VCs that were willing to put some cash in and really take it to the next phase, and an MVP launch sort of this time next year. And
Gotcha.
then I went on a weekend away to a fabulous island off of Dublin in Ireland, and it was a retreat for blockchain enthusiasts. And the island was called Lambay, and I just wanted to understand about blockchain and cryptocurrency, and this was about 5 months ago. And so I went on this weekend, not really sure what I'd get from it, and we spent 3 days having an incredible time just learning about blockchain and everything to do with it from some incredible blockchain and cryptocurrency advisors and entrepreneurs. And halfway through this 3-day course, we got talking about ICOs, which I'd never come across. So this is about 5 months ago. And through this discussion, it was kind of, hang on a second, we actually have a game that's in development that has its own currency that actually could create an ICO and offer our currency at a discount and get investment that way. And that really changed the whole business model of this game in terms of how we raise funding. So we decided not to go for VC and decided to look at an ICO instead.
It's and that's nice because you're including the people now, normal people, and not just the rich bunch. So
Well, actually, I'm a massive fan of crowdfunding. That's a very good point. So I've actually done two crowdfunding campaigns before with previous businesses. And to me, getting the crowd behind you, getting people that will actually play and use your product is extremely important, because anyone that invests, trust me, they're telling their friends about it. And
yeah,
and I would much prefer to go through the crowd and get people really into the game, and have our investors play it.
yeah, gamers are going to tell each other. I mean, World of Warcraft. I don't know if you heard of that game, but they actually use the blockchain in their in gold system. Only problem is it's a closed blockchain, so it's not open to markets and such. So, and a lot of people were a little angry. WoW Gold is a big commodity right now. Uh, and all these games that use some type of credit or gold is definitely a big mover. I mean, if you see the amount of money that goes into WoW Gold, I mean, there's businesses designed to sell World of Warcraft Gold in the system.
Absolutely. So again, so the ICO is one way of getting funding for the game, but secondly, and actually more importantly to me, was the fact that all of a sudden you could now trade armory that you purchase in our store on the blockchain. You almost become a virtual arms dealer, right? And you can start actually making, we believe, some significant money on this, because if we have limited edition weapons or limited edition skins, as an example, these can be worth a fortune. I mean, skins now on limited edition skins on World of Warcraft, for instance, they can go for $5,000-$10,000. So we believe that if we've got content that is really exclusive, that is something that you will never ever be able to get again, and through our ICO, if you come in and invest through the ICO, we will give you the option to go into our store early, buy limited edition content, and then go and trade them on the blockchain. So they're all ERC20 tokenized. And that was a key part of actually when I going back to that weekend away was, wow, suddenly we have the option of not only creating a great game, but also giving the players the option to take these onto our own trading platform or the secondary market and actually start to trade these. And that's exactly what games like World of Warcraft do so well at.
Right. Yeah. Well, not on top of gold, they have. I mean, I think it's called RaidItem.com. You could buy like Sword of 1,000 Truths, and it'll just be a normal guy in Bob in accounting, and he'll have the Sword of 1,000 Truths, because it's definitely a huge commodity. So tell me about your team. Who's behind this?
Okay, so the guy that originally came up with the idea is a Danish guy called Morten Rongard, based in Copenhagen. He was the brains behind this whole AR combat game, and he actually came up with the idea probably 2 years ago. So it was way before Pokemon Go, so way before actually people understanding what augmented reality was and taking a game out into the street and using the camera and augmented reality gameplay over that. So well before his time, he approached a colleague of mine called Torben Magard, who himself is now part of the management team. And I was working with him, and I was the gamer in the team. So I joined as the gamer, and Morten as the original co-founder, and Torben as coming from an IT and an early investor point of view. So they're the three management team. Now, myself, I've been in games for 25 years, so go right back to Sega Mega Drive and Nintendo days. So I've seen many different platforms come and go. I started my own mobile games company about 10 years ago now, and developed games for Java and Brew, so way before the app stores and the iPhone was invented. And we became Europe and Asia's largest distributor of Java games into mobile carriers. We sold them into about 150 carriers. That company was called Player X, and was acquired about 5 years ago. And then I moved on and created my first social gaming platform called Games Grabber, which is a bit like Pinterest for games. So always been in games, always interested in it. So when I came across RealityClash, I was like, wow, this could be absolutely enormous, and jumped on it, as I say, about 18 months ago, and been building up the team ever since then. So the developers involved are really incredible. I mean, we've got the lead developer and the executive producer have again been in games for ages. I've worked with them over many different products, and they've been involved in games with Activision, with Disney, with Marvel. They've also worked on PlayStation VR, Oculus, and Vive, so have great VR and AR expertise. And they are awesome. And with them comes a team of about another 10 people. So, in terms of the developers and the management team, we've been there, we've done it, we've had successes, we've had failures along the way, but we have got an incredible background.
Nice. So you're going to use an ERC20 token from Ethereum. Any reason why you went with Ethereum and not like something like Waves or Komodo?
Well, this was basically from what I learned on that weekend. So we had a guy there called Vinay Gupta. I don't know if you come across him. Real legend in the Ethereum platform side, and we almost built the business plan around using ECR20 tokenized Armory and around using Ethereum as the way to invest through the ICO, and it was through really these guys advising me that we chose that route and found it the easiest and the best way to take it.
Nice. Yeah, Veritasium did very well. I had them on the show, and they also used an ERC20 token, and I think they're number one right now as far as tokens are concerned on CoinMarketCap. So they're doing very well.
Right.
ERC20 tokens are getting very popular. I think there's a new token coming out that ERC20 is going to be the old version. ERC, I forgot the number, 31 or 35 or something. There's a new one though. You should check that out. So I'm interested in the weapons here. All right. So what kind of weapons would I be able to use in this game?
Oh, we will have everything you can possibly need in combat. I mean, this is going to be such fun to play. So, we don't want to, it'll be a free to download game, and we give you, a small weapon to go and play with. And it's not just about weapons. It's about building your defenses, it's health, it's ammo, it's everything that goes with it. And the great thing about this is you can earn points. So we don't want to put a price on everything. So because we have geo mapping technology, we can tell where you are in the map. So you can tell where your enemies are and where your allies are. So you can play, me and you could play just one-on-one. We can set up a tournament in our field at school. We can set up a tournament in a city and invite our friends through the app, or we could just join something that's already there. Right, and as soon as you join anything, you can then see how many players are in there by looking at the map and where to go. So on this map, we can start to send you to certain places where there's safe zones. So for instance, we could send you to Starbucks, and in Starbucks, you can't get shot. We can send you to a retailer, and when you go to that retailer, you get free ammo. And the idea is that the retailer would then pay us for driving traffic into that store. So there's many ways there's many ways that a user can get free stuff without having to spend. However, obviously in these type of games, people love and kids will want the best thing. So we'll have a whole different range of weapons and stuff, everything from right down from pistols to AK-47s to machine guns, and then also really futuristic guns. So everything will be limited, everything will be tradable. So you might suddenly get this really cool futuristic gun that has painted stripes on it that there might be two of a kind in the whole world. That has value to somebody. And we're going to try and really make it an exciting place to go and find stuff. And again, we're looking at you can have an airstrike. So you pay $5 worth of RealityClash coins, and you can have an airstrike that will blow 1 mile radius. It's a virtual airstrike, of course, but you've paid to kill all your enemy, but it's cost you. We're going to have drones in the game, so you can get a drone and you can put mines down. It's quite fun. There's actually, if you go to our site, reality-clash.com, there's a great teaser video which shows all this on it.
Yeah, I saw that video. So I could be like shopping in the mall, right? And then all of a sudden an enemy could come out of nowhere and start shooting me.
Yeah, right. So if he's part of your team, right? So he has to, or he's part of the tournament that you're playing in. So it's not anyone. People have to be invited, or you invite your friends to a particular game, which could be over a set period of time or in a set place, right? So if you're actually playing in the game and you're in the supermarket, your phone will start to vibrate, and therefore it will warn you when you've got enemy coming close. Then you can go into the mapping technology and see exactly where they are, almost like looking at Google Maps. So you can see, or like the Uber map, you can see where the enemy is coming towards you, and then be alerted that way.
That's pretty cool. I believe this will be it'll be popular amongst the young kids, that have phones. I think every kid now has a phone.
I think it'll be popular with a lot of people. I mean, it's just I mean, first person combat games are the biggest games in the world. I mean, if you look at anything from Call of Duty, I mean, that's an $11 billion franchise and still the most popular game. I mean, everyone loves to play that. And this isn't as violent as those games. I mean, people do say, is this kind of making people go out and shoot people? Well, no, you've got to be part of the game. You've got to want to play it. And you're not actually you're aiming at them through the phone, but you're not actually shooting them. So it's all part of the augmented reality experience.
Your kid shot my kid last night.
Yeah,
very upset about that. Yeah. He was crying all night that he died.
I'll give him some free coins.
So the game is interesting. How would I get started playing this game? Is it out already? Is there something tangible, or is this just a white paper at the moment?
No, it's tangible. So we've been developing this for a year. We now have a really good work in progress demo. We have presented the demo at certain trade shows. We can't put that online because obviously we don't want our competitors seeing it. But if anyone's close to London, I'm absolutely happy to show them a demo of it. You can actually use the mapping technology. You can seek out people. You can find them. And you can choose about 10 different weapons now on the game on the work in progress we have. So the next step for us post this ICO funding is we now really focus on the mapping technology, because we're inventing something new here. Because although you see the dot of the enemy coming towards you, when they come close to you, actually the mapping goes into 3D. So the technology can actually work out whether you're hiding behind a car or you can't get shot through a wall. So it really is super clever stuff what we're doing. And that technology is where we're really focusing this investment on. And we plan to have an MVP of this, which is a minimal viable product, out for Q3 next year. Now that will be launched in one country, perhaps in one city, and then from that we have huge focus testing, we get feedback, and it then starts to roll out a bit like Facebook did. You start in one university and then gradually it rolls out from there.
Very cool. And I saw the video on your website. So it's let's talk about transparency. How will the ICO be structured?
Yeah, so we've tried to do something that, again, looking at this from an investor's point of view, and wanting my investors to get a return. And now I've raised VC money in the past. I've done crowdfunding. I've raised all kinds of funding to get projects off the line. And I do come at this from how are my investors and could be shareholders make money from this product. So what we've tried to do is offer something that is a really good offer. So one is, I mentioned that the RealityClash coins, when the game goes live, will be available from the app stores. So when you go to the app store, they're going to be $1 each. In the ICO, we're pricing them at 30 cents each. So there's a 70% discount immediately off what they will be when they actually go on sale. Included in that 70% discount, there's a lot of bonus coins. Now, in the pre-ICO, which by the way started 6 days ago, we're offering the 70% discount plus 50% free bonus coins. And in the ICO, which starts on the 29th of August, in a couple of weeks' time, it goes in tiers until the coins run out. So You still get the same discount, the 70% discount on any tier. You're buying these coins at 30 cents, but the free bonus coins you get will gradually get less as the tiers get down. So it starts at 50%, then 30%, then 25%, and 10%.
Right. And for people, that feel like that's a lot, it's really not a lot because you're taking a big risk investing in this venture. So, bigger risk, the bigger reward, right?
Yeah, and also, if you come at this from the investment side, we've got, not only can you know what the margins are on the coin, right? So already you've got a 70% margin, but more importantly, we are opening up our store early for ICO investors and only ICO investors to come in and buy exclusive weapons. And it's those weapons which you will make money on. It's that exclusive futuristic gun, of which there might only be 2 in the world ever, because we will never make those again, that if this game takes off could be worth tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, I've seen virtual products go on some games for hundreds of thousands of dollars if the game gets up to the size that we believe it will. So
Right.
So that's where the investment is, and that's where I think any investor can make some serious money. And then if you come at it from, actually, I'm a gamer, I just want to support you and let's just go for it, then you don't have to trade these weapons. You can take these weapons into the game and have something really special that no one else has. And again, gamers love to have something that is different.
Very cool. Very cool. A big investor, variable is community and participation. Do you guys have some type of community, Slack or a forum that you use?
Yeah. So as I said, we announced this about 3 weeks ago. So we've kept it very quiet and announced it. And 3 weeks ago, we had 0 users on Facebook, 0 users on Twitter, 0 users on Slack, nothing. We were starting from scratch. Today, we're over 30,000 likes on Facebook. We've got nearly 25,000 followers on Twitter. Our Slack channel never stops pinging. It's unbelievable. And if you look at any of these channels, the engagement is incredible. And this is purely viral. This is fans getting behind this. And this is in 3 weeks. So we already know that the community is talking about it. We can see what social channels are saying, and this is under 3 weeks. So no doubt that we're going to have a huge fan base. And then on the actual ICO, the pre-sale started 6 days ago, and today we went over $1 million. So that's without. In fact, you're the first person I've spoken to when it comes to actually talking about this through media. So yeah, we've got an incredible following already, and we will continue to push this. One thing we will not do, because I do want our gamers to come and invest. And on the pre-ICO, the minimum investment is 50 Ether, which on today's rate is probably either $12,000-$13,000, I think. So there's a stake to come in early, and when the ICO goes, there is no minimum. But we have kept 50% of the coins back for the ICO, so we definitely won't sell them all in the pre-sale. I really do want to get the gamers behind this and the crowd behind it.
Gotcha. Well, 50 Ether is definitely a lot of money. That's a considerable amount. So I'm guessing only people who could afford that could get in on the pre-sale. We haven't had one. We've got no big institutional backer. These are from the crowd. Obviously, people that like to invest higher amounts. So this isn't just one person coming in. We've got lots of people coming in at 50 Ether each. Haven't those little people that want to invest, is there an option for them?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So once this ICO finishes, we've kept back 50% of the tokens. So absolutely, and for tier 1, you get exactly the same offer, 70% and a discount and 50% free bonus as a pre-sale ICO investor would, but they're limited, so they might go quite quickly.
Gotcha. I have somebody in the chat over here. He's like, 50th? What are you, crazy?
Yeah, well, but as I say, in 3 weeks' time, it opens up and there's no minimum. So
all you out there, you can still get in. It's 50th is a lot, but like I said, no risk, no reward, right?
Right.
So you either go all in and you trust, and you possibly make 4 or 5. Some of these ICOs make 10, 20, especially the gaming ones. The gaming ones, they do really well. The gaming coins, there's game credits. You
Yeah.
mentioned the competition earlier. So what is competition in your field?
Well, AR and VR are two hugely growing markets. If you go to any big game expo, I've just come back from E3, 60, 70% of the stands were virtual reality stands. Big game companies are piling lots and lots of cash into virtual reality gaming and augmented reality gaming. And we want to be first to market. And as far as I'm aware, we will be. We look every day and see what other people are up to, and we go to all the shows. No one, as far as I'm aware, has created an augmented reality combat game that uses the camera and has no additional add-ons that you put onto the phone. So, we wanted to get. We want to be first to market. We want to be the brand, and there's lots of companies now investing into, as I say, AR and VR gaming.
As for the future of this, would if you created another game, would you use the same credits token
Yeah,
for that game?
I'd like to say yes, for sure. We've got big plans for the future. I mean, augmented. So if it stays with this particular game and we take it into VR, absolutely, the coins go across this. We're looking at also taking it into esports. I mean, can you imagine this game as an esports game? It'd be awesome. We're looking at smart TVs and how you buy stuff from that. So anything to do with RealityClash will always have the same coin.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Any other future ideas that you could tell me about?
Yeah, I mean, we've got tons, but I can't mention it now. We have a huge roadmap.
Oh, very cool. Is it where could we find this roadmap?
Next year when the game comes out.
All right, I'm just trying to pry it out of you. That's my job. I'm trying to get the scoop over here.
Good.
It's people want to, if they're going to invest now, they want to know the possibilities of the future. I know if I invest 50 tonight, which I probably will, I want to know where this is headed. Not just the idea of what's going on. I want to know where this is going. So, and also, are there any advisors, helping you guys out with this project?
Yes. So, one of the advisors that I've met on that great weekend away in Ireland has joined us. So his name's George, and he's the CEO of Kryptonite One, which is a fairly big blockchain crypto website. And he's now on the board, and we're talking to a number of other advisors right now. Whether that's going to be pre or post ICO, we're not too sure.
Okay, very very cool. It's very important because people want advisors with ICOs. It's a big deal. And also, so you're going with Ethereum. Are there going to be smart contracts used in any way?
Yeah. So the pre ICO is all smart contract, and the ICO itself is all smart contract. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So also you want to. So when you collect all these funds, will there be some type of transparency where people could see, make sure that all the funds are in one place and everything's safe?
Yeah.
People like to feel safe.
So, yes, for sure. We're using two partners. So Token Market are the partners that are doing the ICO for us, and the law firm we're using is called Ramparts Law Firm, who are experts on ICOs. And have done lots in the past. So we've got two great companies that are working alongside us. It's completely transparent, nothing's to hide, and anyone can contact me anytime.
Yeah, I heard about Token Market. They're doing great things for ICOs, fellas. Just definitely check them out. I think it's tokenmarket.net, right?
That's right. I couldn't applaud them more. They've really done a fantastic job for us. They've really got behind us, and there's so many ICOs going on right now
that's the problem.
They these guys have to pick the best of the best, and they go through the same model now as VCs go through. You know, they get tons and tons of people come there, and then they have to do their due diligence. I mean, they did a ton of due diligence on us. They wanted to know the team. They wanted to know our background. Can we make this? And you know, they've done a lot of background checks on us before they accept it. And you know, they've really got behind us. You know, I couldn't praise those guys more.
Yep. Same thing. I have another show I do called The Judgment Show. It's more to weed out, you know, some ICOs that don't sound too good, right?
Right.
It's, you know, and I just had a show, like, it was a little less than a week ago, and you know, they came on and it just wasn't sounding right, you know. And the way they were answering the questions, it didn't sound very good. I haven't posted the show yet, but you know, it's possible they didn't have their thoughts collected, you know, and they were missing one person. But you know, we need a way, I think, these days to find the good ICOs from the, you know, the scammers out there, because there's some really good scammers out there. They build websites and they make it look pretty, you know. So you know, you need people, third-party people like, you know, Token Market, to get out there and do their due diligence. You know, who are you?
Yeah,
you know, what's your background? Stuff like that.
That's exactly right. And I'm all for regulation. You know, people go, oh, the ICO market is not regulated. You know, the FCA in the UK, it doesn't know what to do with it. The SEC now is really getting on top of it in the US. Hey, I'm all for regulation. You know, I've got, as I go back to previously raising money through VCs and stuff, I've got business plans, I've got projections, we have a great team, I have everything that anyone would want if they were coming and investing money for shares in the company. That's how I've been used to working, right? So although ICOs is a very different way, and I think a fantastic way of raising money and getting the crowd behind you, I'm all for regulation and bring that in as soon as possible. You know, it's people that are scamming people, that should just be, it's just wrong. Right?
Well, I'm not, you know, I don't really like personally regulation from government. It's not my thing. I'm not a fan of government. I think we need a good competition in third party auditors, right? So, you know, like people like me and people like, you know, Freya from Token Market, we're auditors. We're auditing you right now. You're on the air, you know?
Yes.
I mean, are you real? You know, where do you come from? What's your background? You know, what skills do you have? And, you know, a lot of people can answer those questions, yes. And, you know, it's basically people have to, you know, do their due diligence, you know. See, you go to the Wayback Machine on the website for the person's website, right? This is a good way. I found so many ICOs that are scams with this one method. You go to the Wayback Machine, it's called. It's a website with the Wayback Machine. And you go look at, you put the person's website in there, and you'll see, they're like, oh yeah, we've been around for 3 years, you know, and then the website's only been up for like, you know, 2 weeks. That, you know, the website actually tells you how long the website's been up. So
but actually, if you go and do that, it'll probably say that with us because because we kept it very quiet until about a month ago.
Well, it's, you know, I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah,
if the person says, oh, the website's been up for 3 years, you know, and and you know what, the economy, the crypto economy, they're all like private investigators. If there is a problem, they will find it.
Yeah, sure.
They're amazing. Right? I mean, they find things about people I can't believe, but it's pretty amazing. So you mentioned your team members, and you know, where can people participate in the ICO?
Well, come to our website. Go to if you're wanting to invest in the pre-sale, there's pre-sale instructions with all the address and the data and the gas limits, and you can do that right now. If you don't want to invest the minimum of 50 ether, then wait until the 29th of August, and then there's no minimum, and all the instructions will be up on the site on how to do it then.
Very cool, very cool. You're calling this an augmented game?
Augmented reality mobile combat game.
Wow, that's crazy. I love the logo, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know if there's. I don't know if it's because it looks like boobs. I'm not sure. I like it though. I like those things. All right, so you guys are doing a great job. So when does it end, this ICO?
29th of September. So the ICO is on for 1 month.
Okay, and then the regular ICO size. That's just the pre-sale, right?
Oh no, sorry. So the regular ICO ends the 29th of September. So the pre-ICO started 6 days ago and has gone very well. That ends on the 28th of August. And then on the 29th of August, the day after, the ICO starts for 1 month.
Very cool, very cool. I have a question from the crowd. It says that you guys have been involved with Disney. Disney is a huge name. Ubisoft, Activision. These are huge names.
Yeah, so there are so Paul Mottram and Ben Hebb, our lead developer and executive producer, again go back into the video game days for years and years and years, and they're the companies that they've made games for. So they've worked for these companies. Their previous company, they led 150 strong development team. So used to very big teams leading those. They're joining us, and they're just fantastic.
All right, that's it. I'm sold right there because those are all-star advisors and participants. That's really important that you have, an all-star advisor. There's somebody on YouTube, I forgot his name. He calls them all-star advisors. He's really cool. He's doing his thing. He kind of does what I do. So, I listen to everybody. So it's all-star advisors is a really big deal. Good job. Nice job so far. So, how about marketing? You guys plan on doing some marketing? Is there a certain amount set aside for the team development and marketing? Is there like a percentage of that ICO going to that?
Yeah. So, marketing won't. User acquisition, as I should say, won't happen until the game's out, because there's no point spending money on marketing until the game's ready. But we do have a smaller marketing budget to start building the community, right? And the community is what drives the buzz and the hype, and that's really important to us. So there's a marketing budget set aside for that. There's an ops budget, and you can see all this in the token sale info on our site. As I said, we've all come from the games business. We know how to acquire users. We know how to market. I've had very successful games in the past. My developers have worked on hugely successful games. We're a team of people that have been in the games industry for so long. It's almost scary, and have seen this come and go. So we do know how to launch games. And as I say, my last business was a mobile games company, so we know how iPhone and Android works, and how we acquire users through that, and how we get the marketing good.
Very cool. Is there, and I think from an investor point of view, so forgive me if you don't have this ready yet, but do you have like a LinkedIn account for, you and the team members? Like, do each one of them have, if invest, because this is a substantial amount of money.
We all do. So if you want to search for me, it's fine. It's just Tony Pierce. I'm on LinkedIn. You can see what I've done in the past. And Morton's the same, so you can see that. Yeah, absolutely. Just search for us.
And yeah, here you are. All right. Well, that goes down. All right. That's a lot of reading. I can't do that now. But there he is on LinkedIn, guys. So yeah, check him out. It's very good. You need that, because it is a substantial amount of money. So
it is, but it is absolutely. And we've worked we hope offer investors in this ICO something that's quite different and quite fun, that they can get a return on. The team, I cannot stress how cool they are. The developers are just unbelievable. They're probably the best augmented reality developers I've ever seen. And going back to how quick this has gone in 3 weeks, going back to what's happened on Facebook and Slack and Twitter and all those other accounts, have a look at them and just have a look at what people are saying and the shares we're getting. I mean, the engagement is just amazing. So, we're going to really continue to push that. At the moment, we're focused on making investors aware that we have an ICO, and trying to build that. So thank you very much for having us on your station.
Hey, no, actually, we have the crowd asking questions. Are you ready for that?
Go on then.
All right. Well, Mr. President from Komodo, he says your website is in English and Korean. Why Korean?
That is a good question. So in next week, it will also be in Japanese and Chinese. The reason for that is certainly in Korea, it's one of the biggest gaming markets there is. When it comes to PC gaming and multiplayer gaming, it's massive. So again, getting the crowd behind us, getting people talking about us, Korea is an amazing country for that. China, again, is a huge market, but that's long term, and that definitely won't be at launch. But again, it's all about getting buzz in these countries, and that's from a gaming point of view. From an ICO point of view, there's lots of gamers that want to invest in this type of stuff out there.
All right, very cool. All right, I think we're gonna end it here. It looks like they're still typing.
Hey, if any questions, just come to info@reality-clash.com. I get all those emails.
How do they get to your Slack? How do they get to your Slack so they could ask you directly? You said you had a Slack channel, Tony? Did I lose you, buddy?
Sorry, yes, I am here. Sorry, I was just looking up the Slack address. So hang on 1 second.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hold on 1 sec.
Don't worry, fellas. I'll edit this part out, so there's no silence.
Okay, back. Sorry. RealityClash.slash.com. But all of these links, I should have just said at the beginning, they're all on our website, so you can just get invited to any of them.
Yeah. So, hey guys, people asking questions, just go to their website, and you'll find everything for their social medias over there. I'm sure he'll get to you as soon as he can.
Yeah, Slack's a very good one actually. So post away.
Cool. All right, guys. Hey, Tony, thank you for coming on. I wish you the best of luck with this project. I will be investing tonight.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a real pleasure. I really appreciate it.
And if you have any questions or you want to address anything, feel free to come on the show again. And I'll be more than happy to have you on. It doesn't have to be a 1-hour show like this one. It could be just 15 minutes.
Yeah,
I would love to have you.
I'd love to keep all your listeners updated how we're doing on the development. We're also anyone that comes through on the ICO gets early demos. Feedback focus testing is key for any game, so you get that access. And you also get a founder's medal, which goes on the leaderboard next to your name when we go live, so people can actually see that you were part of the early investors in this game. Which is quite a nice touch.
Oh, that's pretty cool. There's the scoop right there, fellas.
Yeah.
All right, Tony. Thank you for coming on. You have a wonderful day. I appreciate you.
Yeah, pleasure. Okay, thank you.
Have a good one, buddy.
Okay, goodbye.
Hey, all right, guys. That was Tony Pierce, and this is going to be really cool if you like video games. RealityClash is Look at all the gaming coins out there and how well they're doing. They do well for some reason. We like video games. I think it's just people in the Bitcoin world. We're naturally video game players. At the same time, that's most likely how we maybe it goes with being a geek or a nerd. I'm a geek. I'm proud of it. So check it out, guys. This has been audited. This has been looked into by two parties. So they're not fake in any way. Definitely, and they are asking for a lot for the pre ICO, but you might make 5-10 times more. So it's not a lot, So nobody. If you want to invest small bits, it's gonna come. It's coming soon. So after the pre-sale, you'll be able to invest also. And I encourage all of you to get out there, check it out, and we have another show coming in 2 days. It will be a judgment show. It'll be a little different. We'll have many people asking questions, so that it'll be a little different. So check that out in a couple days. Bitcoin price is ridiculous. I think I saw 3,500. I couldn't believe it today. That is so crazy. Man, I feel like every day is a new all-time high right now, which is a little scary because that's not going to last forever, even though we want it to. All right, fellas. Thank you for joining us today. I love you all. And this is Lutz signing out.
SuperNet aims to give people their power back through technology by no longer needing to rely on third parties such as exchanges, banks and services, giving you privacy at the same time. SuperNet Technologies is the most anonymous technology being worked on currently, with a team of developers working diligently daily. SuperNet aspires to be a creative, innovative, state-of-the-art solutions provider, which provides individuals opportunity, personal satisfaction, and value. You can find out more at www.supernet.org and join our Slack with over 2,500 people.